I started off my last video, how a bill becomes a law in Oklahoma, by saying this. It's a complex process, but I then went on for 9 minutes spelling out the process. And I'm back with 5-ish more because the legislative process has some next level complexities. If you haven't watched How a Bill Becomes a Law in Oklahoma, I highly suggest you jump to that one and obviously come back because this video expands on that. Before we get into the fun, I need to define substitutions again since many of these maneuvers rely on that process. A committee or floor substitute replaces the entire text of the bill with new text while keeping the same bill number. Here we go. 6 next-level complexities in the Oklahoma bill process. Shell bills. Shell bills are mostly blank placeholder bills that get their text later through committee substitutes. Here is a real-life example of a shell bill. At introduction, 2021's HB 1169 read in near entirety, "This act shall be known as and may be cited as Oklahoma Children Laws Act of 2021. Shell bills are only available in the House as the Senate stopped the practice in 2015. However, sometimes senators will work with House members to insert language. Shell bills are a crucial part of passing the state budget. The budget is rarely completed by introduction deadline and is introduced as a shell bill. Legislators then work through the session and insert the budget proposal later. Zombie bill. Sometimes a dead bill is brought back to life, like a zombie. A zombie bill occurs when a failed bill is brought back to life by substituting its content into a still live bill. The process can be convoluted, which makes them difficult to track. A great example is from the 2021 regular session. HB 1888 banned certain diversity training, died, then came back to life as SB 627, died again, and then was later modified and inserted into HB 1175. Because of the bill number swapping, zombie bills take some effort to follow. We followed HB 1888 from the beginning of session and were able to receive updates on it, but not SB 627 since it wasn't on our legislative radar. We didn't get an immediate notification when the language's new progress was made since we weren't getting alerts on SB 627. Zombie bills tend to pop up when bills that have passed their originating house are now in the opposite chamber. Littering. There is a legislative strategy associated with carryover called littering. This is where first session bills are intentionally advanced to be left behind. Once second session begins, litter bills are picked up, often undergo a substitute, and continue the process. The benefit here is that the revamped bill with the new language has a head start in the second session. As with zombie bills, litter bills can be difficult to track since the original bill may have been outside of our radar, but then is substituted with pertinent language. Pocket veto. The pocket veto is only available under certain circumstances. If a bill passes in the last 5 days of session, the governor then has 15 days to act on it. If the governor chooses not to act after those 15 days, the bill is pocket vetoed. At this point, the legislature is no longer in session. This means they are no longer voting on legislative matters, which means they are not able to override a formal veto. By not acting and waiting out the legislature, the governor is able to veto a bill without the threat of the legislature voting to reverse their decision. Walkaway approval. Now, this is my own term, and more likely you will see it described as bill becomes law without signature. However, that's a mouthful and boring. So let's try to make walkaway approval happen. The walkaway approval truly is the opposite of the pocket veto in every way. If a bill is passed at any point during session outside of those last 5 days, the governor then has 5 days to act on it. If they don't, the bill approves itself. Governors will often choose this option when they are faced with a bill they don't like, but know that a veto override is likely. It's used to make a statement since, although approved, the governor didn't have to put their name on it. The line item veto. The line item veto allows a governor to strike portions of a bill while approving the rest. They only have this ability when reviewing budget bills. As with a formal veto, the legislature can override line item vetoes. However, in doing so, they are choosing to override all of the governor's edits and pass the original bill. Well, folks, I told you the process got a little more complicated. Subscribe to this channel and our other social media for more deep dive videos, bill updates, and weekly roundups of the legislature. Metriarch OK is our username across social media, or visit metriarchok.org. We are an Oklahoma women's health policy, data, and research collaborative. It is our mission to make this stuff as easy as possible to understand. Bills start dropping in December and session starts in February. We got this.